Today I'll be showing you how to clean and rebuild a Volkswagen picked 30 through 34 series carburetor. The garage is still a mess, so I'm having to improvise a workbench. I'll be referencing my Bentley manual as needed. This book is really good for the VW owner. It has a complete exploded view of the carburetor. The instructions are pretty sound, but there are some techniques that you won't find in a book. Like how not to twist your throttle shaft. You'll need a 3/8 ratchet, 10mm, 11mm, 13, 14mm, number 2 flathead, and a mini flathead. Optional tools are a hammer, ratcheting screwdriver, picks, and a plastic pry bar. Once a clean workspace is established, start by removing the 5 screws that connect the upper plate to the carb body. Then I check the choke shaft for play. Remove the 3 screws for the electric choke. Remove the retainer, then the heating element. Give it a visual inspection, but we'll be bench testing this later. Remove the nut and washer from the other end of the shaft. Remove the staircase fast auto cam. Carefully remove the butterfly screws. I work mine loose by alternating between loosening and tightening. There's usually corrosion here. You don't want to break or strip these screws. A little penetrating oil wouldn't hurt. Once the screws are out, work the butterfly by hand. Brass is soft and you don't want to damage this with a tool. Next, you can pop the choke cap and shaft out. Inspect the shaft for excessive wear. Remove the float valve. Remove the 3 screws from the vacuum diaphragm cover. This one was seized on from corrosion. I used cheap Harbor Freight interior tools to work it apart. The plastic won't damage the carb if you're careful. Once the diaphragm is out, check your mating surfaces for damage. The upper assembly should be disassembled. I'm going to bag it separately from the main body parts. Now for the body. Pull the float retainer gently. It's plastic and it slides out. This used carb didn't have a gasket. The float and the pivot pin should lift out. I'm pre-lubing the butterfly screws. Remove the pilot jet. Inspect it. Make sure the ball seat stays seated and blow through it. Remove the 4 screws for the pump cover. Remove adjusting segment. Remove butterfly screws. Remove the butterfly. This one was C, so I went back to soft tools. Once it was clear enough, I used a pick through the mounting holes to pull it the rest of the way out. Then pulled the throttle shaft and removed the bushings. Remove the bypass screw. Remove the volume control screw. This tube over the barrel is called the accelerator pump injector. It just sits in there. Swivel and pull it out. Remove the fuel bowl drain plug. Remove the main jet from the fuel bowl. Remove vacuum plugs if you have any. Now bag the main body pieces. Before I did this job, I went on YouTube to see what other people might be doing. Some people got good results with pine sol and water, the ones that didn't fudge their mixture anyway. It seems like it might work, but one thing pulled me back to the Berryman's: reusability. If I had mixed the pine salt, then I'd be disposing of it after one use, and I would have spent about $10 on it. Berryman was $18 and I can use it multiple times. It's also in its own storage container and has been proven to work for about 100 years. Occasionally footage gets deleted when filming and I don't realize it until I'm editing. One thing that was deleted was the removal of the emulsion tube jet. It sits between the fuel bowl and the barrel. It's removed with a flathead. I'm spraying all the channels with gum out. I want to clean it and make sure I don't have any clogs. If there's a hole, shoot it. Now that the big parts are in the can, it's time to clean the little parts. A good practice is to always clean with something softer than what you're cleaning. So I'll clean steel with a brass brush, and I'll clean brass with a nylon brush. When I come across stubborn buildup on brass, I will hit it with a chemical like carb cleaner or penetrating oil. If I have to, I will use my brass brush on brass surface. I just do it gently. Think brushing teeth more than scraping crud. And don't forget mating surfaces. While parts are soaking, I'm going to unbox the kit that I got from J-Bugs. It includes a new fuel filter. I wasn't expecting that. Very nice. It comes with instructions and an exploded view for both models 28 and 30 through 34. Variety of gaskets seems to be quality material. The main parts are separated into two bags. Model 30 float, float retainer, 28 float, vacuum diaphragm, spring, pop diaphragm, Model 30 spring, Model 28 spring, needle seat, gaskets, 28 volume control screw, 30 volume control screw with O-ring, throttle return spring, volume control screw O-ring, float needle shims, cotter pin, and Jesus clip. Thanks for watching. Check part 2 for more cleaning and reassembly of this carb.
Daddy, I have to go potty.
Well, you know where the potty is, right?